No, I don't like that. I mean, you're
Yeah,
your own
I was
person.
like,
You're your own person. Okay.
Not really.
Dust and Dawn is a 2D game created by 4 freshmen, Esther Ward, Luca Saloom, Layla Saloom, and Peter McNish, on the programming platform Godot. Coding was done by Luca Saloom and Esther Ward, and art and music was done by Peter McNish and Layla Saloom. I have been able to watch their progress building this game. I have not had the privilege to play it yet, but it looks really fun. It looks very complicated, and the art is kind of a nice aesthetic retro mix of modern game art and that old-timey, Luigi and Mario pixelated game art. Esther and Luca, why did you guys pick Godot to do your game?
The script it runs off of, GD script, is built off of JavaScript, which is something I already knew. Godot seemed like the easier one of that and Unity, which were the 2 main options.
And what inspired you guys to try and do this monumental game programming task?
Well, for me and Esther, I feel like we've both done projects with coding, but we've always wanted to try making a game. So the opportunity to actually get, the resources to start and kind of like the path to making it, and also being incentivized with being able to present it in China, I feel like that was a great opportunity for me and Esther. It was one that we really wanted to commit to, saying that we know we can do it, and we really want to do it.
So you're going to China, all the way to China?
Yes.
Which city in China?
We're gonna go to Shanghai. I think we're flying out April 3rd and coming back on April 12th.
Do any of you know any Mandarin? How are you guys gonna get around?
We don't know very much Mandarin.
Probably a mix of translator and Duolingo phrases.
Are you guys nervous?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the first time either of us are flying to another continent, like without parents
without our parents.
or anything like that, because we're flying out alone. But it's exciting, we've never done something like that, so it seems like a new opportunity for both of us.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have a fun trip ahead of you. Moving on to the animation and music side, Peter and Layla, can you tell us about your contributions using pixel art and what inspired you through the art making process?
You want to go first?
No, I think you should.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if Esther mentioned this, but this was inspired a lot by the Soot sprite from Studio Ghibli. So when we started the project, we knew that we kind of wanted a kind of dusty art style, and I made the Soot sprite, and I was trying to make it based off of this little stamp collection that Esther had.
And you, Peter, what pixel art were you responsible for?
Mostly the backgrounds. I made a few characters that we didn't end up using.
I don't know about Peter, but this was my first time actually really doing anything art related. I'd doodled in sketchbooks, and that was the majority of my experience. And then I started trying digital art on this random website that we found. It wasn't interesting. I had to learn a lot while I was doing it.
Nice. And for the coders, was it your first time trying to implement art on a moving screen with player interaction? How was that? Was it challenging? Was it actually surprisingly easy? What was it like?
Well, at first it was challenging for me because I didn't really know where to start, but this is one of the good things about Godot, that it has a built-in animation. So it took me a while to figure out exactly how to use it, because what I would do is she would send me the frames and I would have to animate it by hand in the code editor.
Oh, wow.
But once I got it, it was pretty simple actually, and that's something I actually appreciate about the process. It was probably the least complicated part of making the whole game for me.
Interesting. And each one of you, can you tell us your favorite aspect of working on this project?
It allowed me to try something I've really wanted to try for a long time. I didn't know exactly who I would do it with. I didn't know exactly what resources I would use. I guess for this project, it was just really being able to try something new and being able to actually do something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've never actually had the opportunity. So that's why I appreciate Esther for working with me and everyone for getting me involved, because we're able to make this happen.
I've been enjoying although, okay, the game is languageless, which is a kind of a big barrier, but I've been enjoying even though it doesn't really show up on screen, putting in like just in my head knowing like kind of the little snippets of story that are being dropped here and there. And we hope after the competition to
Refine it.
make it into actually add language back into the game, so that the story is more clear.
My favorite part of working on this was probably just having something to work towards, just a new hobby, something to do in my free time.
My favorite part was actually like having a reason to start doing art and learning art. And like while it was very difficult, there were a few moments where things actually clicked and I drew something that I liked. And I think that was really fun. That was my favorite part.
I love to hear it. Once it's finished, where can people download it and get it?
Currently there's a itch.io page. I might set up for a website for it in my lots of free time that I definitely have. But we hope one day to put it up on Steam once we've refined it.
Okay. And when can your fans expect it to come out?
Fans, what fans?
There's so many.
Right.
Well, we have to upload it on Steam anyway for part of the challenge.
A version is up currently. We'll probably put up the Steam page by April.
Like we'll put in an application to have it on Steam by this month.
Yeah.
Thank you for being interviewed, all of you, and you've done great work. I'm excited to see what happens after Shanghai.